Hi guys! In this video we're going to talk about instrument classification. Now these are systems of classification that ethnomusicologists and other music scholars use to basically group musical instruments together to try and understand them better, to compare them, and usually each individual culture has their own system of classification that works really well for that culture. But certain music scholars wanted a way to cross-culturally compare instruments or look at instruments from multiple different cultures. So in the early 20th century, two gentlemen by the name of Sachs and Erich von Hornbostel came up with a system of instrument classification that could encompass all the musical instruments anywhere in the world. They conveniently named their system the Sachs-Hornbostel system of instrument classification, and they based each category on what vibrates in the instrument. Basically, what is it that makes the sound? So they came up with four categories of instrument classification. The first category is membranophones. These are instruments with a stretched membrane, and it's the membrane that vibrates. So the majority of instruments in this class that fall into this classification are drums. And we've seen a lot of drums in all of the cultures that we have explored so far this semester. So the kendang, the Indonesian drums that are used in both Javanese and Balinese gamelan, the otsutsumi and kotsutsumi, Japanese drums that are used in kabuki, and of course the plethora of drums that are used in sub-Saharan African music traditions. The second category is called aerophones, and it's right there in the name. Air. These are wind instruments in which a column of air inside the instrument or the air outside is somehow made to vibrate. That's what's creating the sound. So all of those types of instruments are classified as aerophones. So flutes, the suling, again, Indonesian flute that is used in Javanese and Balinese gamelan. The dungchen trumpets, those very, very long, low-sounding, kind of growly trumpets from Tibet, those are also aerophones. The animal horn trumpets that are mentioned in your reading for Africa. All of these, regardless of country, are classified as aerophones. Third category is chordophones. Again, it's there in the name. These are string instruments in which strings are made to vibrate, and that's what creates the sound. So the shamisen from Japan, it's a string instrument classified as a chordophone. The kora, which is an African instrument that you're going to learn about, also classified as a chordophone. And the fourth category, idiophones. These are instruments in which, or I guess for which, the body of the instrument itself is made to vibrate. And we've had a lot of examples of these as well. The rolmo, those large cymbals from Tibet, the sarans, the metallophones from Java, xylophones, the balafon and the jil from Africa. All of these are idiophones in which it's the body of the instrument itself that is vibrating in order to create the sound. Okay, now after those four categories, I think it might have been one of Sachs or Hornbostel's students that later on into the 20th century created a fifth category, electrophones. And these are all electronic instruments. And here I'm not exactly sure what the connection is if you're thinking about it's the electricity that's vibrating. I'm not exactly sure there. But for electrophones, it's basically any electric instrument would be classified as an electrophone. Okay, so a quick rundown of the Sachs-Hornbostel system of instrument classification. As always, if you have any questions, any problems, let me know. And I'll probably see you in another video.